Oh shit. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know this literally does not work. I know it looks like I'm the devil here, but I'm actually sitting at a stoplight, so I've got all these brake lights that are in front of me, so I look red. Although some people say he's kind of one of them redskin brothers, you know, he's a red bone. Anyway, I'm red inside too because I've been worried, and I've been sounding the alarm on this for quite some time here because I've been worried because when you are a good team, people will emulate what you do and they want what you have. You understand? You have players, of course, that want to get paid, and they, have a great season. They want to get paid, and whether you can pay them or can't afford to, somebody will. So you lose good players, which is one of the reasons why it's hard to repeat. But you also lose, and what seems to be forgotten a lot of, is the coaching behind the players. Coaching matters. I don't care who you have for players. If you do not have coaches that put them in positions to win and be successful, you won't be. I pointed out in a video earlier when I was talking about Kelvin that the Jags may be interested in talking to him, that you could look at the Eagles. They won the Super Bowl. They had Frank Wright as an offensive coordinator. Frank Wright leaves, and from that point on, Carson Wentz literally is lost. He couldn't even get along with Doug Peterson. They wouldn't even talk to each other. And Carson Wentz literally looked like anything but an NFL quarterback. He gets back with Frank Wright, and now all of a sudden, you look at the dynamics, you say, okay, Carson Wentz isn't as bad as we thought he was. You could look at the Atlanta Falcons with Matty Ice and stuff. Matty Ice has been a great player for a long time. But with Kyle Shanahan, he went to the Super Bowl. They lost, but they made it to the Super Bowl. He became a winner in the playoffs, so to speak. And losing those coordinators seemed to have made a big difference. Well, we can look at the Seattle Seahawks. From the Seattle Seahawks having Dan Quinn as their defensive coordinator, he leaves to go to Atlanta. It's been a slow burn going downhill to right now where their defense is literally just ass. Where it seemed like everybody talks about the great players that Dan Quinn had to work with, so of course he was successful. It might have actually been that Dan Quinn made those guys to be great players that became successful. Well, word is that the Jacksonville Jaguars have now asked for permission from the Dallas Cowboys to talk to Dan Quinn as well as Kellen Moore. Yeah, the Jaguars are asking permission to talk to Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore. I can't say that I blame them, because if you're the Jaguars and you see the trash that you just had on the field with Urban Meyer, and you just saw the Dallas Cowboys defense go from 29th to 7th, of course you want that guy, because you're looking and saying, maybe they can do the same thing here. So as I've been saying for quite a while, people are like, oh, get through the season, man. Ain't going, nobody wants them. Okay, I've been telling you that those guys were building resumes that would be hard to turn down. The question I have is, after Dan Quinn, having been an NFL head coach, having had to be the guy in Atlanta, does he want to be a head coach? That's the first question. The second thing you have to look at is the organization that you would be going to. Okay? Because here's the thing that happens too many times is guys will take jobs just because they have the opportunity to say, I'm a head coach. I can fix them. Kind of like when women, they get a guy they know has got issues and stuff, and they say, girl, I can change him. I can change him. No, you can't. It's a problem from deep within that you can't fix. And the Jaguars may be one of those teams that it's a purgatory. You go there and you're not going to be successful for a multitude of reasons. It's kind of like the Jets job. You go to the Jets and you literally disappear off the face of the earth. That is the last ride that you will take as an NFL head coach. The same thing with the Lions. And see, here's where the Lions are idiots. Jim Caldwell, who was part of Peyton Manning's first Super Bowl with the Colts, had experience with the Colts as a head coach, goes to the Lions, and in 4 years with the Lions, the same Lions that are 2 wins, had them in the playoffs 2 of 4 seasons. They decide that's not good enough. Well, God damn it, you're the Lions. You're the Lions. You went to the playoffs 2 of 4 years, something that I don't think your franchise has ever done. And you weren't satisfied, and you got rid of him and said, we can do better with Mike Patricia. And Mike Patricia literally took the team that he built and ran it in the ground and made them the worst almost the worst franchise in football. They did win a couple of games. They did beat the Cardinals and somebody else. But other than that, they're not a good team. And going there is not the place to build a resume. So the question is do you want to just take a job just to take a job? And I'm not sure that Dan Quinn or Kelvin would look at that and say, yeah, that's the job I want to take, that I can do great things there. There may be better ones to come along that be higher profile. We'll see where that goes, but man, I thought we weren't going to have to worry about this at least until the end of the season. But now with the change of the NFL rules where teams are now allowed to talk to coaches before the end of the season, you may start seeing some of these teams that are saying, you know what, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the coach now so we can start talking to some of these coordinators and get a jump on it. So the hot seats in the NFL right now, with the Jaguars already talking to some of the hot coaching candidates, we've heard that, surprisingly, Jim Caldwell, which may end up being the Rooney Rule interview that they're going to do, Jim Caldwell is actually a very good coach. We've also heard about Brian Leftwich is another coach that they want to talk to as well. You got to think that Eric Bieniemy, which I still can't believe that guy doesn't have a coaching job yet, may be also people that are in the radar. And if you're the Jaguars, you've screwed the pooch on the last hunt with Urban Meyer. I mean, a guy who literally brought in Tim Tebow and thought we could take a guy who didn't make it as a quarterback, sat out for 8 years or however long it is, and we could make him a tight end and he's going to be successful. Yeah, they hired that guy. So if that's the team that you're looking at, I don't see Dan Quinn saying, yeah, let me leave here for that. And let's hope that that's the case. If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I'm doing what I can to try and keep these guys together. Because I'm telling you, coordinators matter in the NFL. And if it came down to it, if I had to make a choice between Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn, I'm keeping Dan Quinn. I'm going to put it out there. I'm keeping Dan Quinn. And if you do that, my thing would be maybe you make this the Jason Garrett situation, although Mike McCarthy, I don't think he's going anywhere. But you look at Wade Phillips and Jason Garrett. We look at Dan Quinn as the head coach and keep Kellen Moore as the assistant head coach and offensive coordinator. That's what I would do. All right, y'all. I'll see you guys, God willing, on the other side. Peace.